CreaTV Sports kicks off the new year with coverage of high school hoops in Santa Clara County. Tonight, Mount Hamilton Division of Blossom Valley Athletic League. Gunderson High wins the tip, controls the tip, and calmly drains the two. It's Essence Johnson, 2-0. The Willow Glen Rams in red facing off against the gold, black, and white of Gunderson, and Willow Glen getting it into the low post. Just underway here. 2-2 as Willow Glen. And Willow Glen 2-all the score. Hello everyone, a stop in the action. Darren Arbeck, Kirsten Fairchild's courtside as Gunderson at home in a 2-2 tie with the Willow Glen Rams. Darren, Willow Glen really loves to pressure, a lot of full court pressure defense, and should prove troublesome for Gunderson tonight. 10 on the shot clock for the Grizzlies. And working in the right corner. Great denial defense by Willow Glen. The shot does get off, does not touch the rim, so shot clock violations. As a defensive-minded coach, you got to like that effort.
I like what Willow Glen is doing. They're pressing, they're playing great defense, they're playing tenacious defense, and they're really moving their feet well tonight.
This is Brianna Boyd, point guard for Willow Glen. A low pass, but covered well, and Gunderson knocking out of bounds. Starting lineups for Gunderson. Cynthia Gonzalez wearing number 11. Demi Corretis, number 14, is the starting point guard, and we'll get to the rest of the lineup when we're able. This is Lyra and Defon with the steal and the bucket. Gunderson takes a 4-2 lead with 90 seconds gone here in the opening quarter.
She's a backbone of his team, and she got a steal there and went up for two real easy.
Rounding out the Gunderson lineup is Mia Medina, number 21, and Essence Johnson, number 55, and it's Essence Johnson with the defensive board.
Yeah, she did a nice job boxing out and getting big there and getting that rebound.
Long pass into Ndifon, who gets stripped, but it bounces a Grizzlies way. Ndifon in the corner. Perimeter passing by the Grizzlies. Wide open three attempt. Too hard, and that'll be Willow Glen ball. The starters for Willow Glen, Christine Hakita wearing number 1 is the guard. Brianna Boyd inbounding at the moment. Ashley Azeda, number 30. Kaya Paul, number 33. And number 42, Giselle Downing. A very evenly matched roster for Willow Glen facing this Gunderson squad. 5:30 left to go in the first. Willow Glen trailing 4-2 and getting tied up. Jump ball as Essence Johnson shows why she's a defensive stalwart.
And they're doing a nice job. They're just playing man-to-man, Gunderson is, and just getting after it real nice, moving their feet.
Pass down low from the left side, and the whistle blows, and that will send Giselle Downing to the line to shoot 2. Darren, our officiating crew tonight, Gary Vanderet and Melanie Iwamasa. And off the glass, makes it a 1-point game.
Yeah, put a little a little mustard on that when I got it off the glass there.
Back iron, and Johnson there with the rebound. 4-3, Gunderson with the ball and the lead. Boyd pressuring in defense. Zone defense from Willow Glen. Defun cross-court pass, 10 left on the shot clock for Gunderson. And driving the lane high off the glass, but the miss. And Willow Glen with the chance to take the lead.
Yeah, Gunderson is playing good defense right now and really very tenacious.
Yes, and Defon gets tied up by Kaya Paul.
You're going to go this full court pressing defense right here, and they do a nice job getting in the passing lanes.
Yeah, Willow Glen.
Told you.
Yeah, you're excellent, Coach. That we had a chance to speak with head coach Amy Gannon before the game, and there's Amy Gannon calling in the sub. .4:30 left to go in the first. And a walk. And Willow Glen ball.
Yes, that pressure defense that they're putting on them right now, they're making them hold the ball. They're getting into the passing lanes, and it's hard to get rid of the basketball.
Brianna Boyd, junior point guard. Willow Glen looking a little uncertain on offense. Boyd from the left side. As the clock ticks down, shot clock now 10. 4 on the game clock, opening quarter. And that's a walk. So right now, Coach, a little nerves, a little perhaps rust after the holiday vacation, a little uncertainty on both sides of the ball as far as offense is concerned, but you have to admire the defensive effort.
Yeah, Credis did a nice job, and Johnson did a tremendous job down low, taking that basket away from him.
Trying to get it into Essence Johnson. Great help defense by the Rams. Loose ball on the floor. Comes Gunderson's way, but 10 left on the shot clock. Now down to 5. This is Ndifon. Miss, and into the hands of Willow Glen. The Rams pushing the pace. Boyd with the long pass. And the shot off its mark. And last touch, Willow Glen.
That was great defense by Ndifon. She did a nice job just getting big, staying in the lane there, and getting her hands up.
3:15 left to go in the first. Gunderson with the ball and a 4-3 lead. Johnson, and a great deflection by Ashley Azeda, knocking the ball away. Looked like Gunderson had the fast break dialed in there, Coach. Great inbound play, and Johnson with the bucket. It's a 6-3 Gunderson lead. 3 minutes left to go in the first.
You can't forget about Johnson under the bucket there. She did a nice job getting that ball and going straight up with it.
Zeta with the ball. See this man-to-man defense from Gunderson, trying to do a back door. However, that pass off its mark. Grizzlies ball. As Gunderson checks in number 34, Sydney Reed, the 5'8" senior forward. As well, Coach, we don't have a number 12 on our roster for Willow Glen, so we'll have to, at the stoppage, get her name. She's in now as the look down low. Johnson misses it, battles hard, goes up strong, and earns herself a trip to the line.
Johnson did a nice job being tenacious, going up for the basketball, catching it at the high point, not bringing it all the way down, putting it back up.
2:33 left to go in the first. Gunderson with a chance to extend its 6-3 lead. Really quick start here tonight. Got a chance to really set up the scene. We will do that in between quarters. As Johnson makes her first. She's had a great first quarter here at home.
She really has. She's played great under the boards and tremendous defense.
Kaya Paul checks back in for Willow Glen. And rims out. And Kaya Paul with the rebound. This is Boyd. Zeta trying to get it in low. Just having a lot of trouble with that entry pass. As Johnson with the steal. A little bit of wild play. Loose ball, but picked up by Gunderson. Pass into Johnson. Great again. Collapsing defense down low by Willow Glen. And a walk. So a few traveling calls here in the early going.
Got to move your feet when you put that ball on the floor there. So
inside 2 minutes, opening quarter at Gunderson High School. Willow Glen is going to be called for the push-off, so that foul will be called on Azeda. No, actually they're going to call it on Paul, as Giselle Downing returns to the lineup for Willow Glen.
yeah, and Defon did a nice job moving her feet there, and Paul just was still trying to make her way through there and got the foul.
Second team foul on Willow Glen. Johnson, well beyond the arc, thinks better of it. Had an open look. She'd rather have it in the paint. Strong move, turn around, nothing but net. Johnson putting on a clinic on how to be a post player. 9-3 Gunderson.
And she had touch on that shot there. I like what she did. Got the ball, put it on the floor, and went up.
From the right elbow, off the mark, and Gunderson ball. So Willow Glen really being denied the paint, Darren. Gunderson doing a great job forcing them to take the shots from the outside.
They really are. They're doing a nice job playing defense and making them take those shots from the outside, like you said, playing that man-to-man defense.
And that one pass thrown away just too high. So Willow Glen, 1:05 left to go in the opening quarter, still looking for some sort of momentum, some sort of consistency on the offensive side. This is Brianna Boyd. Can she get things started? Rams from the left side. Great pound pass down low, but you got to catch the ball. Gunderson ball.
Sydney Reed did a nice job just being there and getting her hands up and keeping her position right there.
Baseball pass. Johnson comes down with it. And it goes down and through. So it took a while. Sydney Reed gets pushed and shoved by her teammates for the effort.
And she's doing it on both ends. Like I said, on the defensive end, she did a nice job just keeping her position, getting her hands up, not leaving the ground. Hustles down, gets the outlet pass, goes up, and possibly for three.
A miss. With 45 seconds remaining, Willow Glen has allowed Gunderson to go on an 8-point run here. Chuck that, a 9-point run. Can the Rams find an answer? See just the terrific stifling defense as the shot clock again ticks down to 10. Bounce pass in low and weaving, but too hard on the shot. And none of those shots had hit the rim, so there had been 5 seconds on the shot clock. But Gunderson with the foul, and that'll send Azeda to the line.
Willow Glen is taking the ball to the hoop. I like that. They're being aggressive, trying to get it in down low.
Willow Glen coaching staff looking on, concerned at this point. Her team has come out shooting cold, and this Gunderson defense a big reason why. And Azeda finally gets that three off. 11-4, Gunderson breaking the press easily. And Defon plenty of time, but she throws the ball away. 16 seconds remaining.
That's the thing. Gunderson has been able to break the press, and that's something coming into this game. We didn't know if they could do that because Willow Glen was going to press all night long, and they've done a good job so far breaking the press.
Shot clock is off, 10 seconds on the game clock, and finally the Rams with a little bit of mo. Azadeh once again, this time she makes the field goal, chance to make it a three-point play.
Azadeh did a nice job, nice soft touch to get the and one.
7.6 seconds remaining. 11-7, a 4-point ball game. Gunderson, 5 seconds. Now down to 2-3-1 and hits the rim, but no good. The first quarter in the books. Gunderson with the rally, but Willow Glen a strong few minutes as Gunderson leads it 11-7. Well, a big thanks to Pacific Gas and Electric Company for its sponsorship of this CreaTV sports broadcast. Thank you so much, Pacific Gas and Electric Company, for your continued support of high school athletics in Santa Clara County. To our viewers both on the internet and on TV, a big happy new year. I'm Kirsten Fairchild alongside Darren Arbett. You're watching CreaTV sports coverage of Blossom Valley Athletic League Mount Hamilton Division play. Gunderson with an 11-7 lead, the defending league champion, taking on the Willow Glen Rams that finished second in the Santa Teresa Division League last year behind Evergreen Valley. Both Evergreen Valley and Willow Glen moved up to this A division. And Coach, even though we saw some cold shooting and some uncertainty on offense by Willow Glen, I think this one's really going to be a competitive ball game.
You have to stop Essex Johnson. I mean, she's doing a nice job. She's a rock down there in the middle. She has a great power game for a center. Has a finesse shot, too. I like her shot. Right now she's leading this team and points scored 11.8 and 7.5 rebounds a game, so she's on pace to meet her averages.
Second quarter underway. Willow Glen with the ball. Much better passing already than in the first quarter. Ten on the shot clock. 3-point attempt rims out, and Gunderson clears the boards.
Nice defense right there. They boxed out, was able to get the rebound. Nice steal.
Brianna Boyd all alone, easily done. Willow Glen within 2.
That's the thing about Willow Glen. They can come back on you in a hurry with this pressing defense.
Long pass over to the right side. This is Jalea Avaristo. As some of the bench starting here for Gunderson. You see Essence Johnson's starts the second quarter on the bench, and Willow Glen with the foul. It's a push.
Yeah, Paul got that foul. She was just playing some tough defense there.
Redis with the ball. This is Viviana Abrego. Gunderson returning 4 starters from last year's championship squad. And Willow Glen fighting hard, but just a lot of offensive rebounds, a lot of hustle by this Gunderson squad. However, out of bounds, Willow Glen takes over. 90 seconds gone here in the second quarter as Willow Glen brings in Aubriana Guido, wearing number 12. She's on our roster as number 44, Darren, but number 12, Aubriana Guido for Willow Glen, the 5'2" junior guard. Guido with the ball right side and off the foot of Indifon.
I like the defense that the Grizzlies are playing. They're doing a nice job just playing man-to-man defense and getting after it.
John Drake, the head coach of Gunderson, in his 11th year. His counterpart tonight, Amy Gannon, in her 12th year for Willow Glen. This is Indifon. She likes the numbers. Indifon, a little bit wild. She's going all the way, and it's down and 3. Gunderson, finally, a bit of a cold spell there. Now 13-9, the Grizzlies lead.
She just rolled up her sleeves here and went coast to coast with it and went up and got 2.
3-point attempt, nothing but net. Azeda draining. It's a 1-point ball game.
Azeda can shoot from the parking lot, and you saw there, that was a long one, and she put it right down the bottom of the net.
I think Indifon is pressing a little too much, Darren. You can tell she's really up for this game. However, that long pass, just not a high percentage pass at this point. Azeda feeling it. Nope, back iron. And Indifun with the rebound. Willow Glen trying to tie her up. A little bit of bumping, but no call. Rams now in man-to-man defense, and Brianna Boyd with the steal. Great feed, but a huge block. That's going to be called a foul as Indifun going up high, and that will bring Guido to the line.
I like Boyd. Boyd's doing a nice job getting those steals tonight and playing great defense.
It's a 4th team foul on Gunderson and the 2nd on Indifun, which she'll be subbed out for as Johnson returns. Nope, Indifun's going to stay on. Also returning for the Grizzlies, Chloe Lara, wearing number 30, the 5'6" junior forward. Willow Glen with a chance to tie it up. Guido back iron, and Johnson immediately makes her presence known.
Johnson is the rock and the backbone of this basketball team.
She is back out on the floor in case anyone was wondering, with that strong move to the basket. And a push from behind from Brianna Boyd. One of the more obvious fouls tonight. First foul on Boyd. 15 foul. Inside 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Gunderson with a slim 1-point lead, and that's going to be a walk.
Yeah, she just lost her balance there and had brought the ball up and tried to put it back on the floor again and wasn't able to do it.
Our first time out of the ball game, called by Coach John Drake of Gunderson. Gunderson leads at 13-12. Big thanks to Pacific Gas and Electric Company for its sponsorship of this broadcast. Thank you so much, PG&E, for continuing to support high school athletics in Santa Clara County. Out of the timeout, Brianna Boyd, the junior, returning point guard, running the show for Willow Glen. Our team trails by 1. This is Mount Hamilton Division Blossom Valley Athletic League, and the steal. Great steal by Coretta. She elects to wait for her teammates to catch up with her. Go on baseline, too hard, and a defensive board by Willow Glen.
Boyd slowing it down, just bringing it up, getting the play set.
Guido passing off to Boyd. Boyd, the long distance 3. Willow Glen finding success beyond the arc. The Rams back out in front, 15-13, 4 left to go.
And with this pressing defense and the way they're playing right now, and they have a couple players that can shoot, they climbed right back into it, but Johnson.
Calmly, coolly, shooter's touch by Johnson as she strikes gold from outside the paint. We're all tied up at 15. Willow Glen missing from the left elbow, and Defun comes down with it. Good numbers for the Grizzlies. From the left side, miss, and Defun is there, and she has a chance to make it a 3-point play. Gunderson out in front once again. Indifun successful. 18-15. Gunderson leads 3:21 left to go in the first half. Willow Glen 1-1 in league play. Gunderson looking for win number 1. They open the season with 2 losses and double dribble called on Boyd.
That's the first thing Boyd's done wrong today. She's been tenacious on defense, and the thing I like that three-point shot she has.
And a wild miss from Gunderson. It really feels like the Grizzlies just forcing the shot at this point.
Yeah, I felt Willow Glen just didn't get their game going early, and you see right now they're getting it going. They're running the floor. They're playing good defense. They're pressing them. They're getting those turnovers. That's the way they play.
3 minutes left to go. Willow Glen trailing by 3. Boyd. Nice bounce pass down low. Boyd wide open for the 3. Short just kisses the rim, but the Rams earn themselves another opportunity.
Paul did a nice job being tenacious, going after that loose ball.
And a walk called as Gunderson checks in Mia Medina. Medina, the 5'7" junior shooting guard, returns to the lineup as Chloe Lara has a seat.
We have to turn the lights down.
Johnson from the low post bags her own groceries. Nice pass into Johnson, but she has problems catching the ball. Hits the deck, gets back up, and Defon loses the handle a bit and gets tied up. The possession arrow stays with Gunderson. 2:11 left to go in the half, 16 seconds left on the shot clock.
See what kind of play they have here. Someone's going to go to the ball, someone's going to go out, and someone's going to back up. There you go.
10 on the shot clock. From the right elbow, it's low. And the rebound by Willow Glen. 2 minutes left to go in the first half as Azeda, who's been hoppy on the arc, almost gets her pocket picked by Ndefon, and we're going to have a foul as those two get tangled up.
Yeah, Defon was aggressive there.
Coach, that's her third foul. And she has to come off the floor, and that means Cynthia Gonzalez checks in down low. Willow Glen just being denied. Boyd over the defender. Just not a high percentage shot there, even though she struggled from beyond the arc already tonight.
I like Gunderson. They blocked out, and they put a body on their person and did a nice job.
90 seconds left to go. Regulation here in the first half. And you see the strong drive to the back, skip by Medina, and that will send her to the line.
There's a nice crossover there by Medina, and she went up and got fouled there.
7th team foul on Willow Glen. But she will be shooting 2.
Just a little too hard there. Want to shoot at the front of that rim there.
Johnson contesting every ball up in the air. And last touch, Willow Glen.
That was nice by Johnson, playing hard and getting there and getting a hand on the ball and knock it off the Willow Glen player.
Rams check back in Kaya Paul. There's Kaya Paul and Nia Paul. Actually, this is Nia Paul into the ball game. Johnson's so strong. And she is back in the scorebook here in the second quarter. 20-15. Gunderson leads Willow Glen with the ball. 60 seconds remaining in the half. The 3 from Azeda, back iron. And Willow Glen keeps it.
Johnson, she's so smooth for a 5'10" center. Does a nice job.
Yeah, the way she shoots the ball, Coach, you can tell she's played an awful lot of basketball in her life. Zeta just trapping defense. Boyd just stepping further and further back, firing off these threes. And Gunderson has 45 seconds to work with. This has been a defensive ball game, except for Johnson, who has been the only one to really consistently score at will, it seems. 10 on the shot clock. 20 on the game clock. Short. And the Rams come down with it. They'll have 13 seconds as Boyd takes a look at the scoreboard. Shot clock is off. 7 seconds remain. Wide open look. Layup misses. And that will do it. So a very low scoring second quarter. 20-15, the score at the half. Gunderson leading at home. The Grizzlies looking for the first league win of the season. We'll have first half highlights when we return to action here at Gunderson High School on CreaTV Sports.
CreaTV San Jose would like to thank PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric Company, for their generous sponsorship of our coverage of high school sports. It's because of our sponsors that CreaTV is able to cover high school sports throughout the city of San Jose.
First half highlights. Willow Glen, the visiting team, and Azadea with the bucket, and then Brianna Boyd doing a little pocket picking.
Did a nice job picking the pocket, taking it in, going up, getting the two.
Been a spark on defense and offense as well, and Lyra Defon, the returning first team All-League Mount Hamilton Division player, showing why she garnered such awards last year. But Zedea comes back draining the three. She's got the mid-range and the short range, but she's not the only one that got hot beyond the arc.
Boyd came in from the parking lot, and you saw right there, told you. And Johnson, look, gets away with a little push right there, goes up, soft off the glass for two. And you see Coach Drake there doing a nice job, making adjustments, talking to the girls about what they need to do.
John Drake in his 11th year, again, his squad, the defending Mount Hamilton Division champs. And he also is the Instructional Association of Special Ed here at Gunderson High School. And Nadifon with 7 points in the first half. Johnson with 11 leading the way, and it's Azadea with 7 for Willow Glen. So a nice combination there with Johnson and Defon for Willow Glen. For Gunderson. Willow Glen starting things off third quarter. The Rams trailing at Gunderson by a score of 20-15. Boyd wide open. Coach, she's got room to dribble, but she just has her range set. She likes it. We're down deep there here on the floor. And another pocket picking. But Gunderson back into the hands. It's a little sloppy play here to start things off in the second half. Gunderson up 20-18 after the three-point ball by Boyd. 10 on the shot clock as Gunderson pulls up its dribble. And traveling called on Indefon. It really seems like she's pressing a little too much tonight, Coach.
Yeah, she went to the hole. All she had to do was just go up right there. She put it back on the ground again and actually didn't put it on the ground and took a few more steps to the bucket.
Zone defense from the Grizzlies. Rams getting it. Well, she was open, but through the hands of Azadeh.
Gunderson's came out, and they're playing that zone defense right now, that 2-3 zone.
Yeah, they've switched it up tonight, as you said. Coach Drake making a lot of adjustments as this game has gone on. Johnson backing in the paint. Rims out a little too strong. And Azadeh with the rebound.
Went up strong, just wasn't able to get the ball to fall.
Willow Glen, a risky pass. And then Johnson making the Rams go one and done. 2-point ball game. Gunderson with the ball and in the lead. Great give and go, and a foul called against Willow Glen as the Gunderson player having a little difficulty catching the ball. So the foul on Boyd. Or actually, they're going to call it on Azadeh. Great, perfectly run inbound play, and Defund with the bucket.
And Defund just came around. They set a couple of picks. Got the ball to her, easy bucket, wide open.
Now man by the Grizzlies. Another wild pass.
Azadeh just wasn't able to get the ball over where she wanted to. Probably should have took a few more dribbles and thrown it to her left.
Gunderson looking to extend this 4-point lead, but Boyd, she's just going to get arrested for grand theft here tonight.
She really is. She has a lot of steals tonight, and they keep trying to cross over. Yeah, she threw the elbow there.
She gets called on the elbow, and Amy Gannon on her feet. We haven't even really had a time to introduce our two head coaches, Amy Gannon, the head coach of Willow Glen, and Archbishop Mitty grad. Her 4 years at Archbishop Mitty, the Monarchs went 48-0 in league play. How'd you like to be part of a program that never lost a league game throughout your entire high school career? That was in the late 80s, early 90s. Johnson, great move. Gets a friendly hometown bounce off the glass. It's a 6-point cushion for Gunderson.
She's doing a nice job with the power game, the finesse game. She's doing it all tonight, and she's playing very well on the boards.
And Coach Amy Gannon is going to call a timeout. The first Willow Glen timeout, 4:55 left to go in the third. Willow Glen trailing at Gunderson 24-18. Pacific Gas and Electric Company is the sponsor of this broadcast. Thank you so much to Pacific Gas and Electric Company for its continued support of Santa Clara Valley County High School athletics. As John Drake, he is from the San Diego area. In fact, he attended the well-known University City High School and came on up here to go to San Jose State University, where he graduated with a degree in liberal studies and minored in math. And just to round out about Amy Gannon, after her career as a shooting guard at Mitty, she went and played at San Francisco State. And now here for 12 years coaching at Willow Glen. John Drake with 11 years tenure, so some consistency for both of these programs.
Two good coaches, two well-prepared teams, and anyone can have a spurt and get the lead or win the game.
It's very unusual that a foul is being taken off. So Boyd will not have two fouls. Our officiating crew, my understanding is that the possession arrow was incorrect. They stopped play to correct it. And Boyd back out on the floor. Coach had taken her out with two fouls, but now she's back out there with just one. As play resumes, 4:45 left to go in the third, and Gunderson throws it away.
The Creatis can't cross the ball over in front of Boyd. She's doing a nice job reaching in and getting those steals tonight.
Demi Creatis, number 14 for Gunderson, pressuring Boyd. They've been a great point guard matchup tonight as Willow Glen throws it away. So here we are in the second half, but some sloppy play dictating this first quarter as Gunderson returns Sydney Reed to the lineup as Cynthia Gonzalez has a seat. Demi Correttis, the 5'3" junior point guard, according to her head coach, she plays all games. She never comes off the floor. Great look to Johnson. Johnson threading the needle, weaving through traffic, and has the finish.
Going up strong with that finish and getting to there. I like it.
26-18. Willow Glen looking to find a little magic like they did late in the second. Their offense has stalled. Turnaround jumper in the paint. That'll help as Giselle Downing with the field goal.
Turned around, faced up, and drained it.
That gives Willow Glen off the dead ball a chance to set up their full court pressure, but Gunderson continues to break that well. Downing for 3 off the glass. And it's Downing with, that was Reed with the bucket, Downing with the rebound. Azadea, she's got a nice follow through. You got some shooters out on the floor, Coach.
Azadea, nice shot right there. And like you said, they have a lot of shooters and they can get hot and they can have a nice little run as they're doing right now. .3:10 left to go in the third. Johnson getting a little coaching from the stands, I think, asking her to make a move. 8 on the shot clock. And Defon gets blocked. This shot clock's going to expire. Willow Glen with the ball. It's a 4-point ball game. Can Boyd get it closer? Boyd, long distance 2, back iron, but Zadeh for 3, kisses the front of the rim, and Johnson with the uncontested board. Rams are letting some bombs fly off here, Coach. And John Drake wants to call a timeout and talk it over. 2:29 left to go in the third. Drake's team up 26-22 on Willow Glen. Fans and viewers, make sure you follow us on Twitter at CreaTV Sports. Find out our schedule. Find out what is going on our channel. We're really thrilled to kick off the new year with coverage of basketball. We've got some great games slated for the rest of January, and we'll hope you'll join us. Make sure you stay tuned in to what we've got coming for the rest of the month. At CreaTV Sports is a great way to do that. I'm Kirsten Fairchild alongside Darren Arbette. Well, it was a fun fall season, plenty of terrific football and volleyball here on CreaTV Sports, and our premiere of high school girls basketball tonight. Coach, what do you think so far? I like what's going on, and it's an interesting game. It's an exciting game simply because Willow Glen, they're explosive. They play good defense, and they have that ability to go on a 10-0 run real quick. Now, on the other side, you have Gunderson, who Johnson is just amazing. Reed has played well. Medina can play. So Gonzalez has done okay also. So you have some great players on the floor tonight,
including the point guard, Demi Correttis. And this is Johnson. Johnson well beyond the arc. 8 seconds left on the shot clock, and we're going to have a reaching in foul on Willow Glen. It's just the second team foul, and that is on Alon Hawkins. And Coach, the fun little fact about Alon Hawkins is she is a golfer. She has a 3 handicap, and Alon Hawkins doing a good job disrupting that inbound play. A 3 handicap, her home course Santa Teresa.
I can't even do that in miniature golf.
I was very impressed. Her teammates didn't know how impressive that was, though. Her basketball teammates, that is. I'm sure her girl golf teammates know very well. But as one of the players said, what's a 3? So a conversation at the official table as our referee making sure that foul once again was taken away from Willow Glen. And the official table on it here at Gunderson. Yep, all taken care of as Boyd brings it in. 2 minutes left to go in the third, 26-22. Willow Glen with the ball trailing. This is the golfer, Hawkins. And it goes through the hands of Guido into the hands of Ndifon. Good numbers for Gunderson. Turnaround. Wonderfully done, and a great job for Jayla Evaristo keeping her pivot foot set.
Did a nice job keeping that foot on the ground, pivoting and turning around and facing it up and getting two there.
Perfectly executed give and go by the Rams. Nia Paul with the bucket after the Boyd assist. Gunderson coming right back with a press break, but into the hands of the Rams. It's a 4-point ball game. Guido from the left elbow gets her own read up. It is Nia Paul with the rebound. Guido goes again. And Willow Glen's got a 3 in the key against Nia Paul. Paul making kind of a little bit of a mistake. She put that ball on the ground, Coach, while she had just that great collapsing defense on her from Gunderson.
Yes, she did. Just go up with it when you're that close and you have that kind of height. Just go up.
3 from the Grizzlies. Weak side board by Evaristo. This is Paredes. And it looks a bit of fatigue here at the end of the third. A lot of running up and down this floor. Good thing we're sitting up here in the stands.
Yeah, they're slowing down.
Guido going baseline and steps on the line. Gunderson ball. Shot clock will come off as Azadeh returns. Paredes. Gunderson just breaking this press at will. Baseline. And Willow Glen with the rebound.
Nice move there, just need to finish.
Trying to get it to Boyd, but Paredes is just blanketing Boyd. 10 seconds remaining. And that is called a double dribble with 4.7 seconds remaining. Coach Drake on his feet. See if Gunderson can draw up and execute. A 4-second play here. Paredes. Long distance 3, it's short. 28-24, the score after 3. Gunderson continues to lead, but Willow Glen continues to threaten the fourth quarter. When we return to Gunderson High School, you're watching CreaTV sports coverage of Blossom Valley Athletic League high school girls basketball.
CreaTV San Jose would like to thank PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric Company, for their generous sponsorship of our coverage of high school sports. It's because of our sponsors that CreaTV is able to cover high school sports throughout the city of San Jose.
Thank you for joining us on a Thursday evening in Santa Clara County. John Drake coaching up his team. The Gunderson cheerleaders here in attendance as well. And Coach Drake has to be happy with the effort he's seen from his squad. They are 0-2 in league play, 7-5 overall. And Coach, he's had a couple of tough losses. They lost to Evergreen Valley 52-43, then to Piedmont Hills 36-28. They were leading in the third quarter of both of those games, so we'll see if they can finish here tonight. They start the fourth quarter off with a 28-24 lead on offense.
Yeah, he has high expectations for this team this year, and like you said, they just faltered at the end there. He wants to see can they finish tonight.
And once again, as he did in the second, he starts his reserves here in the fourth. The steal and the layup attempt. That doesn't fall from Nia Paul, but she has earned herself a trip to the line. She is a 5'9" junior. Her fraternal twin, Kaya Paul, also on the squad and out on the floor as well, wearing number 33.
I like what she did when she got the basketball. She just went to a hole and went up strong, and that's what you look for your big ladies to do from a coaching standpoint.
Oh, a 2 effort, and Defon is there with the rebound. And Defon called on the walk. We haven't had a chance to introduce her. She's actually a native of Cameroon, Africa. And she has just continued to get better and better as she's played high school basketball here in the U.S. Returning first team all-league selection. Willow Glen trailing by 4. This Rams squad has been streaky to say the least, here tonight. And that was a sister-to-sister play, but no bucket. And Defun pulls up her dribble.
They're playing man-to-man defense now.
Boyd trying to deny Corretis. Swatting away. Corretis finds the lane but loses the handle. Here's Ndifun running the baseline. And one of the Paul twins comes up with the loose ball. Boyd challenging Corretis. Those two are going to be tired of one another when this game's over, Coach.
Absolutely.
Had enough. 4 full quarters in-your-face basketball. Great no-look pass and the finish. Azadea showing she can get in the assist column as well.
That first step, and then she dished it off to Paul. Great play by her.
And the loose ball as she gets tied up with Ndifun. Johnson returns for Gunderson. Downing back out on the floor for the Rams. Brianna Boyd, her older sister Marissa Boyd, also out, also on this Willow Glen team. So a set of twins, a set of sisters for Willow Glen as the Rams trailing by 2 here in the fourth quarter. This is Christine Hakito, the guard, and Ndifun draws the contact, and that is on Azadeh, her second, third team foul. Gunderson with just 1 team foul here in the fourth. Full court zone pressure broken easily. Hakito almost comes up with a steal. I'm going to say last touch, Willow Glen. Bella Malvini, 5'5" freshman guard, comes out on the floor. She's wearing number 34. Also a catcher, expected to be a catcher on the softball team. Johnson, a little bit of bump from the back, and Boyd comes up with it.
I like they're going on the floor now. They're playing good, tough defense. It's coming down to the end here, and they feel it.
Malvini. And Willow Glen, a little bit of over-anticipating, if you will. Inside 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Gunderson has not scored in this quarter. Willow Glen with just 2 points. And Ndifun bounces out. And Boyd comes down with it.
Yeah, just didn't fall. It was a nice soft move right there, but the ball just didn't fall for her.
Willow Glen calls a timeout. 5:06 left to play in regulation, 28-26. Willow Glen with the ball, but trailing. CreaTV is able to provide coverage of local high school sports through the generous support of our sponsors, but also through viewers like you. If you enjoy these games on Classrooms Channel 28, please consider becoming a friend of CreaTV. For as little as $10 a month, you can help showcase our local athletes by bringing professional coverage to the airwaves. Please visit www.creatvsj.org for more information. You'll also have a chance to learn more about the shows we show on CreaTV, as well as meet our hard-working staff. And a hard-working crew here tonight at Gunderson High School. Big thanks to the folks here at Gunderson, including head coach John Drake, and for everyone for their hospitality. We certainly appreciate how welcome they've been tonight. Kirsten Fairchild's Darren Arbett, courtside. Now, this gymnasium does not have a name. If John Drake has anything to say about it, he wants to name it the Grizzly Cave. The Cave.
I like it.
I like it too. I told him he had our vote, Coach, but I don't think it counts with the powers that be. Willow Glen out of the timeout. 5 minutes left to play. It's been this point guard battle all night. Boyd and Correttis. And then Defun gets a hand on it. And we're going to have a foul called against Gunderson. That's Mia Medina with her second personal, just the second team foul on Gunderson, but a fresh shot clock for the Rams and a chance to tie it or take the lead. And Defun can come up with this. That was smart of her since Willow Glen threw it away and Gunderson with possession underneath its own basket.
Yeah, and it was 3 Willow Glen players that had hustled down and just her, and smart move.
Gunderson has not scored here in the fourth quarter. 4:30 left to go in the ball game. Johnson needs to be a little more selfish, coach. She's did such a good job taking it to the rack. However, now it seems like she's looking more to make the pass. Kaya Powell returns for the Rams. 14 on the shot clock for Gunderson. Correttis had a chance. And Defun gets blocked. Correttis there to collect. 5 on the shot clock, however. Pass into Johnson. Turnaround. And Azadea with the rebound.
Nice rebound by Azadea, bringing it up the court there.
I'm going to call blocking foul against Gunderson. So good effort there by Malvini, earning herself a trip to the line. Bella Malvini, again a freshman. Have a second chance. That foul on Serena Mayer, her second personal, 13 foul. One of 2 effort by Malvini.
Got a 1-point game here.
And that is going to be a foul as Serena Mayer, hits the deck. That foul on Kaya Paul, her third, 14 foul. This is Mia Medina. She led the team with 10 points in that loss to Piedmont Hills. And another steal by Willow Glen.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Paul right there, getting in that passing lane and causing that turnover.
Great move by Malvini. That hit the foot of Mayer. As Gunderson checks back in, they're starting forward the sophomore, Cynthia Gonzalez. Mayer will take a seat on the bench. Boyd. This is for the lead. This is for the lead. Kaya Paul with the bucket. Willow Glen out in front by 1. Good numbers for the Grizzlies. And her twin sister, Naya Paul, wanted the clean block. Instead, it's a shooting foul.
Yeah, Paul did a nice job. She was right up under the basket there, got the 2, came back down on the other end, and like you said, her sister thought she had the clean block there.
I love Coach Gannon's style. Just making sure Naya knows that was good defense, but relax a little. Gonzala missing her first. This is for the tie. Cynthia Gonzalez, her first year on varsity. Johnson will have a chance to make it 3. Gunderson back out on top.
Well, she just came across the floor there, got the board up high and put it right back up. Possibly an and one.
That is the 4th personal on Kaya Paul. 6th team foul on Willow Glen. And Defon, loose ball underneath the basket. And Willow Glen calls a timeout. 3:16 left to go. Willow Glen trailing by 1, calls a timeout to talk it over.
It's a great game right now. Coach Drake was telling them under the basket, we can throw a head fake in there and get them to go up. Just don't have to go up directly.
Mira Defon, power forward for Gunderson. She's got a great nose for the ball. And again, we mentioned a first-team All-League Mount Hamilton division returner, averaging 11.5 points per game coming into this. That's second only to Essence Johnson. One of the captains, CreaTV and Indifon, the captains of the Gunderson squad. Willow Glen, and it's CreaTV knocking it out of bounds.
I like Gunderson is pressing here.
And once again, Willow Glen has certainly not been bothered for the most part by this press. And Defon picks up her 4th personal, and that is huge for Gunderson.
They're reaching in, but I'm sure Coach is just going to leave her in and let her play. Just tell her to be very careful.
And I'm sure Coach Gannon's going to tell Willow Glen to go right at her. Azadeh. And the bucket is made by Downing. Now the Rams out in front by 1. Loose ball. And that is going to be out of bounds on the Grizzlies. So 2:45 left to go. Rams fans love it.
Yeah, that was a nice bucket there by Downing.
Willow Glen, another bounce pass into Downing. Loose ball, it's Johnson and Downing. And Gunderson has possession. Coach, I'd be having a healthy helping of Johnson at this moment. You know, they've kind of gone away from getting her the ball down low. They've been playing her up at the high post. She was so successful in the first half. Let's see what Gunderson's got drawn up for this one. That's just such a low percentage pass. And just taken away by the Grizzlies.
Nice steal.
That's Medina, the senior. Defon looking for CreaTV. 2 minutes left to go. Johnson. Little short. CreaTV is there. CreaTV gets her own rebound. Had too difficult of an angle there. Coach Drake thinking about calling a timeout, I think, Coach. 1 point ball game. Johnson. Willow Glen needs to clear the board here. Everything but in. And it's Defon with the bucket. Now Grizzlies call a timeout. John Drake doing jumping jacks, trying to get the refs' attention. 1:26 left to go. Grizzlies up 32-31. Coach, you get the impression whoever's got the last possession may come away with a win here?
That's what I think. I think whoever has the last possession, and I think you give it to Johnson and let her do what she does and see what happens. And Defon, she's due. She really is. She's due.
Remember, Gunderson is the defending Mount Hamilton Division champs, however, yet to win a league game. Willow Glen 1-1 after beating Pioneer 32-28. Coach Amy Gannon of Willow Glen said that other league loss was to Santa Teresa. It came with 4 seconds left in the game. It was a heartbreaking loss, but her team bounced back. Here looking to retake the lead. Adeza, what a shooter. Now Willow Glen up. Score 33-32, 65 seconds remaining in this one. Defon pulls up her dribble. Here's Johnson. Johnson backing in. Johnson, everything but in, and loose ball. They're going to say a tie-up, but I think our officials are going to talk it over, see if there is a foul. Nope, it's a tie-up. Willow Glen holds on to it.
Got that ball just didn't fall for Johnson. She did a nice job facing up to the basket and getting the shot off. Just didn't fall for her.
Willow Glen with the ball and a 1-point lead. Gunderson wanted the call. Boyd's like, hey, we'll take it. The Rams call a timeout, 52 seconds remaining. Coach, we anticipated a close game after looking at both of these overall records. Gunderson 7-5, Willow Glen 6-5. Looked at the strength of schedule, and here Gunderson trailing at home by 1. And Willow Glen, we should mention, Willow Glen 2 years ago was in the C League, in the West Valley League. They won that division, were moved up to Santa Teresa last year, finished second, were voted up into the A division, this Mount Hamilton division. That is a steady climb in just a span of 2 years.
It really is. And, you know, you have to take your hat off to Coach Gannon. She's done a tremendous job putting this program back together again and just building it from the bottom up, and just great technique. A lot of tenacious girls out here playing hard, and they believe in the system.
And they've got the ball. Out of the timeout, Willow Glen with the 1-point lead. Freitas on Azadeh, going for the trap, and Defon with the steal. Boyd with the steal, loose ball. Everything's just crazy at this point. They say shooting too. I think that was a pass, but whatever the case, from the angle, it looked like a shot, and Mia Medea heads to the line. I think that might have been a pass to Johnson.
I thought it was too, and let's see what she can do at the free throw line.
That was only the 4th team foul for Gunderson. So they have fouls to give. Excuse me, for Willow Glen, that was the 7th team foul. So here we go, a chance to tie it. Cynthia Gonzalez. See if she's got ice water in her veins. She does. We're all tied up at 37 seconds remaining. Could we go OT?
Maybe.
Rams should use clock here.
There's going to be some time left for the Grizzlies, though.
The freshman, back iron. Boyd is there. Adeza, money! 36-33, 10 seconds remaining. And Defon, 3-point attempt. It misses, but a foul by Azadeh. Mia Medina will shoot 3 beyond the arc. Gunderson down by 3, 3.9 seconds remaining in regulation. And if we thought the pressure was on before, they need at least 1 and a last miss and a chance to tie. 2-point ball game. 2 more free throws coming. I gotta tell you, Coach, you could hear a cell phone ring. It's so quiet in here, and I think someone next to a cell phone's ringing. For the tie. 3.9 seconds remaining. This is for the tie. What a performance.
She hit all 3 of them.
Willow Glen,
Clutch.
3.9 seconds remaining. And there's a move. Azadea saying, you know what? We like our chances in OT. Our first 2014 sporting event on CreaTV Sports goes into OT. You gotta love it.
Ice water in her veins. She hit all 3 of them with 3.9 seconds left to bring her team back. Medina did a nice job there.
The 5'7" junior, known as being the best 3-point shooter on this team, shows she can get it done from the foul line. What's also impressive about her, this is only her 3rd game back because she had knee injuries at the start of the year. A big thanks to our sponsor, Pacific Gas and Electric Company, for its support of high school athletics in Santa Clara County. Thank you so much, Pacific Gas and Electric Company, for being a sponsor of CreaTV Sports. Kirsten Fairchild's Darren Arbet. It's a Thursday night at Gunderson High School, and we've earned, well, the players have earned themselves 4 more minutes of what can be described as a very entertaining and competitive game.
It really has been, and we had said it earlier, either team, you know, Willow Glen is very explosive. They play good defense. They can have a 10-point run and as fast as anyone can. Then on the other side, Gunderson, they have some players, Medina, who can shoot the 3, Johnson, who can play. And you see right now it's an evenly matched game, and someone's going to make a play to win this basketball game.
I hope when Mia Medina is long out of her high school days, she remembers that effort. 3 of 3 from the foul line to force OT. Johnson and Downing to jump center. Downing. Willow Glen goes to work after controlling the tip. Rams playing with confidence, trying to get the ball in the hands of this young woman. She has been outstanding beyond the arc tonight. Steal by Correttis. Correttis. Boyd didn't have her feet set. It's 1-1 as Gunderson in the bonus. Next will be double bonus as Demi Correttis at the line. Correttis, known as the defensive leader on this team, averaging 4.5 steals per game. Now she's at the line to break this tie. 1-1. Earns herself another. Coach Drake saying, ladies, now you know why we shoot free throws after free throws in practice.
At the end of the practice, that's why you shoot all those free throws. You're exactly right.
Willow Glen with the rebound, but then Ndifon, remember, she's playing with 4 fouls, but she ties her up. You see her looking at her coach. Oh, Coach, I had all ball there, I promise you.
They get the ball back. The arrow's pointing their way, Kirsten.
Yeah. One-point lead for Gunderson. And you see a defense come crashing in, but they're going to say she stepped on the line. Willow Glen ball.
A lot of time left here in overtime.
Ashley Azadeh with the ball, trying to get it to Boyd. Boyd working on Correttis. Boyd bounces her way. And a foul called, just the 5th from Gunderson. And that is on Correttis. her first personal. Again, 15 foul. 3:17 left to go in OT, and Freitas picks up her second. The bump from behind.
Yeah, she's playing aggressive now. Freitas is going after the ball. And
freshman Malvini to inbound. She's come off the bench and had some great minutes. Fresh shot clock. Willow Glen trailing by 1, 3 minutes remaining in OT. Rams have been streaky on offense, to say the least. Really have not been able to develop a consistent inside threat. And once again, another tie-up. And Willow Glen ball.
yeah, she got the ball and just turned around, and there was a defender right there. And arrow going Willow Glen's way.
Azadeh finding Boyd. Boyd thinks better of the three. Nice pass inside. Boyd wide open. Nothing but net. Boyd, the assist leader, shows she can shoot behind the arc. Willow Glen now in front, 39-37. 2 and change left to go in OT. Just this Boyd-Correttis battle tonight has been fun to watch. And Defon gets blocked from behind by Azadeh. And Boyd does not like that foul. I think our official's laughing a little because he's talked to Coach Gannon about the looks the Willow Glen players are giving him after they're called on the foul. I don't think they're protesting the foul so much. I think they're just frustrated with their with the play. And Defon at the line. Gunderson down by 2. Still down by 2. It was the 4th foul on Boyd. Both Boyd and the woman at the line and Defon, 4 fouls. 1-2 effort. Willow Glen with the ball and a 1-point lead. Boyd losing Correttis. That hasn't happened too often tonight. Malvini, the freshman, will head to the line to shoot 2. That's the 7th team foul. That was a shooting foul.
The freshman went to the hole there. She went strong, and she didn't hesitate there.
No, as Cynthia Gonzalez called on the foul. You know, Bella Malvini came into this game late as she misses. She hasn't left. I mean, she has earned her right to be on the floor here, earned the opportunity to be on the floor. Done a nice job defensively. Perhaps with that off, she'll make the second. Often the case, sometimes you see the air ball and then just a little too short, and here comes the second. So Willow Glen back out front by 2. 2 minutes remaining in OT. Johnson just backing in. You see her strength. Trying to find the open player. This is Medina. She gets stripped. Loose ball. I think it's going to stay with Gunderson. It does. But 12 seconds on the shot clock for the Grizzlies. You see on their jerseys, Lady Grizz. 3-point shooter misses, and Azadeh with the rebound. Boyd and Freitas called quickly on the foul, and that'll send Boyd down to shoot 1-1.
And she reached in there, trying to create the turnover.
Third foul on Freitas in the span of 45 seconds, it seems. All 3 coming. 1:42 left to go in OT. Now a 3-point ball game, a chance to make it a 2-possession ball game if Boyd can sink another.
Boyd can shoot the basketball.
Brianna Boyd, a a junior on varsity all 3 years. Leads the team in scoring. She does just that. It's a 4-point ball game. Gonzalez going baseline. Finds Medina. Medina runs right into Johnson. Looking for some spacing here from Gunderson. And Defun works her way in. Will head to the line to shoot one. Gunderson down by 2.
Did a nice job keeping the ball alive on the floor. Got in the paint. Went up for a strong layup. Got it. And won.
Lyra and Defun, the power forward on this team. Her second year as a starter on varsity. And Azadeh with the rebound. 1:26 left to go. Loose ball. And timeout called by Gunderson. So Coach Gannon with the smile. You know, she's so even-keeled, Coach Gannon. But I think her assistant coach wondering just how clearly possession was on that. But John Drake calls a timeout. His team trailing 42-40. Coach, we just, can't say enough about how competitive we expected this game to be, and these two teams have delivered tonight.
They really have. Both teams are playing hard. I mean, we're in overtime right now, and it's going back and forth. Defense is just tremendous tonight on both sides. Both coaches are just making great adjustments, and the girls are following through and playing hard.
Very contrasting coaching styles today. Amy Gannon, the head coach of Willow Glen, she teaches English at Willow Glen, and just really kind of calm, understated, very personable in her comments, very conversational in her style, where you get the impression Coach Drake relies a little more on the inspiration, those fire-up coach talks, which I happened to walk by the office and heard that pregame pep talk. I was all fired up to come out here after listening to Coach Drake.
Coach Drake has a lot of energy, and he wants his girls to play with a lot of energy.
1:20 left to go in OT. Gunderson with the ball, trailing by 2. And what a huge rebound by Willow Glen after the Ndifon miss. Azadeh gets mauled, and she will head to the line 1-1. She is proved to be one of the best shooters on this Willow Glen squad. We'll see how good she is from the foul line. And that was the third personal on Mia Medina. 3-point ball game.
They can shoot. Willow Glen, the girls can definitely shoot.
And Defun, that miss, that layup, Coach, just a little too strong. That would have tied it up. Oh, it's still a one-possession game as Ndifon comes down with it. Plenty of time left. A minute left. And what a look by Ndifon. Gonzalez delivers. It's a 1-point ball game. 55 seconds remaining in OT. And Ndifon doesn't want to foul out of this ball game. And Willow Glen trying to call a timeout, but the officials don't hear her. Boyd trying to break loose. And now a foul. Nope. Oh. Well, we're going to have a foul or a timeout here. Still waiting for. And it is a timeout.
12 seconds left.
So timeout call. Looked like there might have been a bit of a bump. Willow Glen calls a timeout. 43-42. The Rams lead.
You have 12 seconds on the shot clock, too.
Great, intense defense from Gunderson. You see how badly both teams want this win.
And they're playing like it. I mean, it's very intense in both huddles right now. Coaches are giving the girls instruction, and they're very attentive, as you see right there.
I think one thing that is really characteristic of this game is just the momentum swings, Coach.
A lot of momentum swings, and there's some good players who can shoot. down low. But the thing I like, both coaches stress defense and moving your feet, and both of these teams can really do that.
The rematch over at Willow Glen, the second round of league play. That'll be something to see. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Azadea, 5-second violation. Gunderson fans love it. Gunderson trailing by 1, 39 seconds remaining in OT. Man defense from Willow Glen, Caritas, and traveling. Coach, a mental error there. But she is the point guard. She's used to distributing. Now Gunderson's going to have to come up with another defensive stop. And Defon gets a hand on it.
Yeah, they're going to have to come up with a defensive stop here. At some point, they're going to have to foul.
That's off Boyd's foot. That's off Boyd's foot. Gunderson, that was a horrible inbound pass. And Gunderson will have it. I'm not sure why they're taking it out there. Remember, Gunderson down by 1. 28 seconds remaining in OT. Gunderson with the ball. Better watch. Oh, that could have been a 5-second violation too. And Defon, it's down and through. 18 seconds remaining. Willow Glen down by 1. And Willow Glen gets the timeout request out. Coach John Drake saying, I'm not sure that came in time. I think our official was just a little bit slow with the whistle. 11 seconds remain. Willow Glen will have to set up the half-court offense. Coach, you are just got the biggest smile on your face. You enjoying yourself?
I really am, because you have Coach Gannon here, who's one of the best to ever do it here in this area, drawing up a play right now. You have Coach Drake, who we see right here on our screen. Look at that intensity right now. And he's preaching defense, move your feet, keep your hands up, stay on the ground, don't jump for anything, just keep your hands up. It's going to be a contestant shot. Let's make them shoot the ball with a hand in their face. And you have Coach Gannon over here trying to draw something up. She can get some screens and get an easy shot without a hand in the face, or maybe something going to the basket. So it's just been a tremendous game tonight. Both teams have played really hard, and you see the fans are cheering right now for both of these teams that came in here tonight needing a win, and they're both playing like it.
After some middle-of-the-road preseason efforts by these teams, this game could be the turning point of a season. Whichever team walks out with a win here will have a whole shelf of confidence. But right now, Willow Glen with the ball, trailing by 1. 10 seconds remaining. Boyd not being guarded by CreaTV. Azadea gets trapped. Nope, she works her way out of it. 2 seconds remaining, throws up the prayer. Gunderson has done it. Gunderson, its first league win. The defending league champs. It's been a rough start to the season, but comes away with the 44-43 OT victory.
This was a hard-fought game by both teams. Both coaches came in here well prepared, did a nice job making adjustments. The girls played hard, never quit, played into that fifth quarter, that overtime, and they continued to play hard, had a lot of energy, and Gunderson came out on top. Like you said, when they play again over at Willow Glen, it's going to be a great matchup.
Gunderson led after every quarter. 4-point lead after 1. 5-point lead at the break. 4-point lead after third, but Willow Glen able to take the lead in the fourth, and it all came down to those 3 free throw attempts by Mia Medina with ice water in her veins to force OT. And then it just, as we said it, whoever had possession at the end, although Willow Glen did, but great defensive effort by Gunderson. What a ball game. We're going to step away, catch our collective breaths, and come back with the CreaTV Sports post-game show. Gunderson picking up its first league win, 44-43 in OT over Willow Glen.
CreaTV San Jose would like to thank PG&E, Pacific Gas and Electric Company, for their generous sponsorship of our coverage of high school sports. It's because of our sponsors that CreaTV is able to cover high school sports throughout the city of San Jose.
Before we get back to those highlights, folks, make sure you join us on Thursday, January 23rd at 7:30 p.m. We've got more girls basketball, this time West Catholic Athletic League basketball. The Archbishop Mitty Monarchs traveling to presentation. And the West Catholic Athletic League, every year so competitive, this year extremely so. We'll get a chance to look at UCLA-bound Kelly Hayes in her final year as a Mitty Monarch, taking on the Presentation Panthers.
Yeah, I'm excited for that game, and you're right, that West Catholic League, it's a monster. There's a lot of great players in that league. They play hard basketball, and sometimes you can even say they play above the rim.
Certainly do, and a very freshman and sophomore-laden team for Mitty this year. And let's take a look now at the highlights of this one. Gunderson led 20-15 at the half, and then came out in the third quarter playing extremely well. Essence Johnson, one of the reasons why. And Essence Johnson, 2 of her game-high 17 points right there.
She was a monster down under the board and did a nice job catching the ball up high and getting it back in the basket tonight.
And Defon with the steal. On the give-and-go turnaround jumper is good, and a great job by Evaristo with the field goal. And then Azadea dishing off to one of the Paul twins for the bucket. Back and forth we began to go in the fourth. And what a shooter, ending with 12 points. But it all came down to this. Gunderson trailing by 3. The foul committed beyond the arc, and Mia Medea having to make all 3 to force OT. There were 3 seconds left on the clock. She makes the first, makes the second, makes the third. The hero of the hour for Gunderson if they can come through with the win. Brianna Boyd with the ball. She led all Rams with 16 points. But this is the freshman Malvini rimming out. Boyd gives it to Azadea, and she had 3 points, Coach. She finished with 12 points, another 3 there. And then in Defon with the timely bucket, Willow Glen could not convert on the final possession, and Gunderson picking up their first league win in tremendous fashion.
Made the 3 free throws when she had to, took a ball to the bucket when they had to, came back, got a defensive stop, created 2 turnovers to keep the ball down at on their end of the court, and it was just a tremendous game at the end by both teams, playing with a lot of emotion and playing smart basketball.
And for Mia Medina, the hero of the hour for Gunderson, making those 3 free throws attempts when she came back into the gym after meeting in the locker room. Got a healthy round of applause from the Gunderson fans here. What a night for her. A big smile on her face when she goes to bed tonight, wouldn't you think?
Absolutely. I mean, tremendous game. Like you told her when she came out, she's never going to forget this night. She's always going to remember those 3 free throws that she made to tie the game up.
So Willow Glen and Gunderson both 1 and 2 in league play. Willow Glen sitting at 500, 6-6. Gunderson 8-5 on the season. That'll do it. Thank you so much for joining us on behalf of the entire CreaTV Sports crew. Darren Arbet, I'm Kirsten Fairchild. So long from Gunderson. The Grizzlies win it in OT, 44-43. We'll catch you next time on CreaTV Sports.